Well, you can't make this stuff up. Is I'm looking at this probable cause affidavit, which is disturbing to say the least. Plus, the police are looking at a video of you.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
This case with the giant Steve Urkel trying to pull a Swiftie on Judge Stevens as he's attacked his partner, but he's trying to pass off that it was actually the sister-in-law that he had a verbal altercation, as dickheads call it. So what is Judge Stevens' response? Well, let's just say it's very Stevenish.
Let me go back. 24 CR 74, the assault on a peace officer, sir. State of Texas versus Glenn Elise Duncan Jr. alleges the state of Texas versus Glenn L.Z. Duncan III. This says junior. You're the third.
Yes, sir.
So we got a second degree felony that is in 0074 with a prior conviction. So it can be punished as a first degree felony. So you're looking at up to life imprisonment. Aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, a first degree felony, and the prior 2009 conviction is also alleged as paragraph 2. If this were all found true, then your first degree felony would be enhanced.
I need to interrupt you, Judge. The caption on that is wrong. It is a second degree felony. The prior will bump it to a first degree. So his arraignment should be as to the same
There's
punishment.
not a doubt about that.
No doubt in my mind. In order for this to become a first degree felony, there would have had to have been serious bodily injury. I do not have that proof on this offense.
All right. So we're going to change the caption to correct it to a second degree felony.
Yes, Your Honor, please.
I'm not blaming y'all. Y'all are getting this from.
Yes, sir. I'm doing my best to
catch
catch
corrections
these.
are being made lately.
Yes, sir.
This is also a second degree felony apparently, but it could be enhanced to a first degree felony punishment like the previous case. All right. Do you understand what you're charged with?
Yes, sir.
Punishment range is applicable. Mr. Adams, what are you going to do today?
I wanted to give him some time to
Yeah.
hire me on a new case because I was asking the court to give him some time to hire me on a new case. I was hired on the old one, but not the new one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. How much time do you need? Is 6 weeks good?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Judge, we may need to look, I'm asking the court to look at the bond on cause number 0074. The indictment date was January 24th, 24. There, but you are familiar with the standard bond conditions are that they don't commit an offense while they're out. The case 24 DCCR 1604 indictment date is August 7th, 24. The offense alleged to have occurred on June 29th, 24 was after this defendant posted bond. So it appears on its face that the bond is inadequate.
What are the bonds? I just don't have that information before me.
I was trying to.
I need some help here on what is the bond on 24 CR 74 and then 24 CR 1604.
$1,000 on 74. On 1604, it is $50,000.
What are you asking?
I would suggest that the 1604 sounds like the appropriate amount, but the $10,000 on 0074 does not reflect his prior that is alleged, in my opinion, nor did it act as a deterrent to prevent him from avoiding an alleged new offense. The safety of the community is my giant concern in this regard.
What about it?
Well, he's alleged to have committed one violent offense.
So what do you suggest let's say other than a bond amount raised? What else would you say?
I think we need I think I would ask the court to consider a $50,000 bond on 0074 along with a GPS condition as to each so that we know his location and whereabouts.
Here's what we're going to do. The 1604, the complainant in this case, who is that? How are you related to this person?
Which number, Judge?
1604.
I can't tell you.
No. The Bolden person, lady. How are you related?
That's what I said. But she didn't make. They got the wrong names, Judge. She didn't make the complaint. I was trying to tell the magistrate that when he gave me the $50,000 bond, and they gave me a separate TV. I've been away from my home for 3 months. But it's about to be over with, but it wasn't her that was called. It was her sister. She don't live at my residence. They charged me with family violence with her, and she's not even the one who called. You understand? It was me and her sister that had got into verbal altercation. On paper where they signed it, they scratched out the sister name and put her name.
No, this is a more detailed report from the officer that wrote the PC. I'll show you got the discovery. I showed that you got the discovery. You should have that already. Oh, okay. That's right.
Well, not to make it any more confusing than is possible in any particular set of circumstances, but this one really takes the cake. Because as I'm reading this, we've got two people involved here, two females, one Kiera,
Yes,
Kiera,
that's the sister.
and Kehia,
Kia.
Keehia.
Yes, sir.
How more confusing can this be? So you got two people whose names are by one letter different, and they're sisters?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm looking at the probable cause affidavit, and one of them, whoever it was, not only called the police show up, they have a video, he watches the video on the phone of you threatening to kill people.
No,
So, no, nothing. It's what the police swore to. So whoever it is, whether it's one spelling or the other, somebody is claiming to be a complainant, and that's for y'all to hash out. The state is obligated to prove the case as it alleges. If they allege the wrong thing, then you're going to be able to maybe sidestep out of here. But the fact of the matter is I'm looking at this probable cause affidavit, which is disturbing to say the least. Plus the police are looking at a video of you. We're talking about who the complainant is. That's for the state. That's the state's problem. They got the burden to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. And if they get the wrong person, then that is the problem. That can be a problem. But right now, I am, because of this, going to order a GPS device. But I would like to know exactly who the complainant is, because he can't have any contact with the complainant. Who the heck is the complainant?
I'm standing by what's in the indictment. I've reviewed the file prior to our appearance today. And I appreciate that there's a difference of an opinion between the parties, but the state will stand by the name in the indictment.
Okay, who is the complainant? Is what relation to him?
And that is, my understanding, is his fiance.
His fiance. Right now, you can't have any contact with your fiance. If I find out you do, your bond is revoked and you'll sit in jail. I don't care what it is. That's the absolute rule. A victim, complainant, that's the rule in all cases. That has to get worked out. But there are no exceptions to that.
Just how about if I can work out today that she's not the complainant, and then therefore you wouldn't.
Look, I'm not going to do deals. You present it to me, and then I'll tell you what I can do. But I'm not going to forecast the problem. These familial issues, especially when there's violence, they are just tinder boxes of dynamite to explode. That's why we have to deal with it delicately and carefully. And people have to be separated, because and the rules are all the same. You can't have any contact with complainant. All defendants, every defendant don't interrupt you. Can't have any contact. And it's for the court to sort this out when it's a mess like this seems to be here. There's some confusion, what you're saying, what he's saying. But I'm not going to have a hearing right now. But I'm happy to have a hearing as soon as possible to figure this mess out. Because y'all are saying one thing, he's saying something else. Somebody's right, probably, and somebody's wrong. It certainly is enhanced by the fact that the spelling of these two people's names are one letter different. So it may not be unusual for reports to be misspelled somehow and work their way into an indictment. But the state's obligated to they have obligations, and expect they will meet those obligations. They do it. So they know how important it is to figure those things out. But if there's a problem, you raise it. But right now, I'm not going to have a hearing over that. But you don't have any contact with the complainant. The complainant, according to the indictment, is your fiance. You can't have any contact. I don't care what it is. You do it, your bond will be revoked. You'll sit this thing out in jail until we can resolve this.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying, Judge. I've been away from.
It's not a debate. It's the rule.
I'm not debating with you. I'm just.
What do you want me to do? You're about to say something. What do you want me to do?
I've been away. I've been actually away from her and all.
Okay, then that's the best way to do it until this gets resolved, sir. What are we going to talk about now? I mean, I'm not going to change this. It's not going to be an exception. I know a judge that made an exception, and later there was a funeral that occurred. You can imagine how everybody felt with that. There are no exceptions when it's violence alleged. We got to sort this out.
Judge, do I understand you're leaving the $10,000 amount at that?
Yeah. Right now the bonds are the same, but the GPS is ordered. You have to have a GPS device so I know where you are at all times. I find out you have contact, you shall not have contact. And if I do, then you'll sit in jail until we can resolve both of these cases. You understand? Yes, you have to speak out for the record that you understand.
Yes,
All right. That's all.
This last case is cool because it is the first one that I have come across where Judge Stevens orders a bench warrant for the defendant because he hasn't turned up to court. And believe it or not, we actually get to hear this guy's explanation as to why he was and wasn't in court. Confused. Well, watch this and you won't be. Enjoy, my subscribers, and I hope all you guys are having a great day or chilling at night. Now, on with the show.
George Collins is called 23 CR 221. There is no answer in the courtroom. I asked the bailiff to call into the hall for George Collins. No response to the name George Collins being called into the call. No response to that name called here in the courtroom. In 23 CR 221, the defendant was required to be here for an announcement. He has failed to appear. His bond is revoked. Warrant is issued for his arrest. His bond is
It's 15,000.
15,000. His bond is revoked, and it is doubled to $30,000. Plus, the defendant must have a GPS device, so we know where he is when he's not here in court when he's supposed to be. And again, the bond is now $30,000 with a GPS. A warrant is issued for his arrest.
So the warrant's been issued, but it is only a very short time later that they locate the absconder. And now we hear that excuse. And is it good enough to get the warrant ceased?
Okay, we can get the other defendant, I guess, out, right?
Judge, this is Mr. Collins. He was number one on the list. He came in late. Yeah, I'm sorry. My lawyer didn't stay around. My lawyer didn't show up. So I was not waiting on my lawyer.
We called outside, sir. We called outside. You shouldn't. We called outside and nobody answered. The bailiffs to the restroom or something. Well, the rules are, I'm sorry, if you're going to go to the restroom, you tell somebody. But when at 9 o'clock, you were supposed to be here, you weren't, period. Whether you say you were in the restroom or not, I mean, anybody could say that one. Oh, had to be in the restroom, I guess. I mean, how do we police that? Sorry, you're supposed to be outside. And if you have to go to the restroom, you tell the bailiff. Okay, go with that man right there.
So that was that. I thank my subscribers for staying to the end. I appreciate you guys choosing me to hang out with most every day for 20 minutes or so. I really am humbled by you guys doing that, and I really like that. What I read in the comments by my subscribers, when I get it right, I really, really do. It makes me smile, and hopefully, every now and then, I can do that for all you guys too. So until then, stay safe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. And if you are looking for another episode that has all the boring stuff cut out and gives you just the good stuff, then here a couple that may interest you. Enjoy